tower looks at you and sees a god. But I see a thug, a murderer, betrayer. You know why I left the Infinite Forest, what I saw. A line has been drawn in this system. Light on one side, dark on the other. Where do you stand?
What's up, everybody? This is Voices from the Tower, episode 4. I'm your host, Matt Prophet. Once again, joined by Kain
Hello.
and well-renowned streamer Jabberjockey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That's weird. Oh, there we go. So cutscene just played. Osiris walks in on Rasputin, basically throwing down the gauntlet of he's gonna end up doing something that's gonna cause, we're assuming, the end of the Traveler, the end of the Vanguard, whatever. What do you guys think? Starting off with Gal, like, what was your impression from that?
I basically saw someone knock into someone's door, fucking knock that shit down, and basically tell them, post the fuck up right now. I thought it was pretty badass. I liked it. Would have enjoyed to see like an AI manifest, kind of like Cortana from the Warmind. We can kind of put a face to it. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have that planned for the future. I'm just curious as to what the fuck this all means, because this lady kind of like came out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know how lore goes, but I've never really like would have expected this dude to fucking like post up to the woman. You know, that's all I'm saying. I know.
Yes.
What's your
So
yeah?
so yeah, no. Basically, a couple things. Um, Osiris had been basically not really trapped, but he'd been going through the infinite forest infinite amount of times. So you have to imagine he's seen all these different timelines. He's seen so many different things. So I'm sure he saw a ton of futures where the Warmind went with us, and a bunch of futures where the Warmind worked against us. So I see Osiris knocking on the door, asking, I mean, this is our current timeline. Choose your side. Are you going to be with us or against us? Because Osiris has seen everything. So yeah, that's pretty exciting concept. I just kind of wish we could, hopefully next season we can hear the Warmind not speak but communicate better.
You see, you're going off the impression that the Warmind even decides to help us. I've been under the impression that Rasputin wants nothing to do with the Vanguard. Like, it sees its obligation to man as like over.
Well, I don't see I don't see him as caring about the Vanguard. Yeah, but like you said, mankind is he still gonna protect mankind as are his directives, or is he gonna work with the darkness?
Because I could totally see where we have to just, I know there's a popular theory on Twitter, Reddit, maybe this is a new Drifter, Vanguard, Osiris, or we're going to pick Rasputin. From what I've seen, I'll pick Osiris. I want to touch on that real quick. If it's between him and Rasputin, I will fucking chaos reach the shit out of Rasputin. Like, I don't trust that guy. I don't trust that Warmind. And for people who are listening, a Warmind is basically an advanced AI that humanity created to fight threats. It can analyze threats. It can predict their movements, and it would help us tactically get the upper hand on them. What Rasputin did, from what I understand from the collapse, was it cut its losses, left us alone, left humanity alone, and said, hey, you're on your own. The darkness is won. Travelers defeated. Bye. Which is why I am on the end of, if it's Osiris or Rasputin, or Osiris, sign me up. I don't know what you think about that, Jabber.
Yeah, in Destiny 1, the only real interaction we had with Rasputin was just a remnant that was left over on Earth. If it is going to be picking sides, I mean, it, I don't see it as being picking sides because if he's working against humanity, then I don't even see that as being an option. It's not like we would work with the darkness, but it, I don't know. It's very iffy. I understand there's theories out there on going with Osiris or going with the Warmind, but I just don't see that as being an option.
If anything, I'm just kind of like, I'm just kind of questioning. It's like, why start all of this when like there's still like shit going on with Aldrin. Like I'm curious. If I didn't know anything about the lore, and I just consumed with what the game gave me straight off like the rip, I'd be kind of questioning what the fuck happened to Aldrin and what the fuck happened to a lot of other shit. But I feel like they got something going on with this shit because I mean they've been focusing on Osiris for a good minute ever since um like he came back into relevancy. But I mean, mm,
I mean, I have a theory
well,
on that just off the top of my head. Of it goes off sort of the DLCs. Season of Dawn. This one is basically Curse of Osiris all over again. From what we've seen and from what I'm gathering, what it's gonna be, it seems like Season of the Worthy is gonna be dealing with Warmind. We might not get to Aldrin till what, season 11, the following season, whatever, season of the Redacted, the summer season, unless Aldrin does play a part with Saint 14. I know Jabber has thoughts about Saint 14 teaming up with Aldrin.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. But like you said, right now we have so many different storylines, and they need to start tying them together. So we see here they're actually tying Osiris's story together with Rasputin now. So, I mean, where did they leave us at the end of Warmind? Okay, the Warmind is active again. Nothing came of it. So at least now those two story threads are moving together. We're going to get more of that next season, and then not only Aldrin, but the Curse of the Dreaming City. I have a theory that near the end of this year, that's what it's going to be. We're going to be finishing the Curse. So I feel like all these storylines are going to start moving forward. They're going to start making more sense. And then eventually Savathun. Maybe we'll get another raid in the Dreaming City. Maybe something else will happen. I don't know. And then Aldrin, yes, we all want to see what happens to Aldrin. It may take some more time. I would love for him to come back and be a guardian in the tower for a little bit, maybe go on a couple missions. You maybe see him like progressing as a guardian. Maybe see a cutscene where the guardians, try to cast him out. You know, I like that they're bringing back these storylines they didn't finish though.
mhm.
Yeah, that's. I think they're gonna save Savathun for probably September if they do another large release. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because
I
if you
agree.
go with
I
the
didn't
light
know.
grind, the plus 10 every season, I think will be at 1,000 in September. So, but like you said, it could be all leading up. Season 4
Luke
this
Smith said the
year.
story was going to culminate in
Yes.
something big.
And now that we're seeing like what he probably means by that with Osiris basically, bless you, with Osiris
Thank
basically,
you.
um, like Jonah said, basically knocking down the door and saying, "Hey, bitch, I saw in multiple timelines like you're gonna be a betrayer. You're gonna be our downfall, or at least play a part in going against the Vanguard or the Guardian or whatnot." Because at the same time, Osiris is a very nebulous individual at the moment. I mean, for the fact that he just saved his best friend, which I want closure on that. I'm hoping that the Imperium Foundation does that. But I mean, can he be trusted too on the on the opposite side? People who might choose Rasputin or Cyrus is a radical for the most part. He basically spent what the last 300 years trying to save his friend. Think about if you think about it, because I think Saint 14 was gone for about what 200-300 years. So, I mean, I don't know. It's basically picking your poison. You're gonna side with Osiris. You're gonna side with Rasputin, unless we literally aren't given an option. And how would you feel about that if the option was taken away from us? Of the story for next year, the PVE storyline is
But I mean,
destroy Rasputin. Like we take
I don't know.
like Batman versus Superman, that 1% chance. Like we have to destroy this guy because he can tip the balance in the darkness favor. Go. Sorry.
I would love to see that. Definitely. Imagine imagine if the storyline is taken away from us and Rasputin does choose the darkness, and imagine having to fight Rasputin, fight
Raid, next raid boss.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Fight a boss.
Yeah.
Fight a boss that Rasputin has armed.
Or he's inside or something, sort of like Insurrection Prime.
It's like, have you,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
like, Rocky, have you ever seen that, I mean, well, I think it was the 4th or 5th Terminator movie. It was the one before this remake, or not before
Genesis?
remake, I think it was Genesis. Do y'all remember, like, when Matt Smith's AI became, like, physical? Like, you could see him?
Mhm.
Like, something like that. Like, I think
That'd
that'd
be
be kind of
cool.
cool
Oh,
if
yes.
Rasputin,
Yes.
if Rasputin took, like, a form like that.
Like Cortana.
Or
Yeah, like Cortana.
have y'all seen Altered Carbon?
Oh God.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I
Why?
could see that. I mean, Osiris has pissed off the Vex to where maybe the Vex come and pull out, Rasputin.
That's true. That's true.
So, do
Like-
y'all think the next activity will be on Mars next season?
Of course. Like after from what I think they reviewed in the Vidoc, yeah,
Well-
I'm with you on that.
Well, doesn't Rasputin have like shit all over the place?
Yeah, I think there's even one on IO. I believe in one of the missions it was on IO. I know that from what I know,
That's
the
gonna
little bit
be
of D1,
basically the
it's
next, like-
in the Cosmodrome. What if we go back to the
Well,
Cosmodrome again?
That'd be cool. The way I would see it is they like the forges. You know how we had the forges. There'd be activities like that, like around like Rasputin like base shit, and then it's gonna bring back that bitch from Mars like into relevancy again because I mean, didn't her family create fucking the
She's
woman?
attached to him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Remember-
too. Of like, what if she goes against us too? Like, I mean, I'm thinking, very, like aggressive spectrum, storyline. What if we have to fight her in the story, and then maybe there's a raid that involves Rasputin, like, because we did help her, but at
Or-
the same time, she was working, like, not working against, but she was doing her own thing. Like, we stumbled upon her.
Or this is a little bit of a joke, but honestly, Zavala was waiting in that vault for a long time.
I
What
know.
if
I know.
him-
I was honestly
What if he
thinking that in the back of
conspired
my
with
head.
Rasputin?
Rocky, isn't Savala still in your, like technically still in the fucking with Rasputin still in your storyline?
That's what Daniel. Yeah, Daniel never finished Warmind. He's fucking read.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel.
Zavala's still there.
Yeah. It's a joke. I never finished the
That's funny.
Warmind DLC because F you, Zavala. You're going to stay in that Warmind vault.
Fucking went crazy.
But
But yeah, I'm excited for weapons. I want Warmind inspired weapons, random rolls. I think that'll be great for next season. I would love the aesthetic. I want new Rasputin Warmind inspired armor. I do love the old
I
stuff,
hope
but
the-
I want something added.
I hope like the Warmind inspired stuff is like Golden Age weapons, like Kavastov, shit like that. I think it'd look pretty cool.
yeah, I want the armor to be redesigned, sort of like what Daniel's wearing. The arm, like, give it some holographic, give it some Rasputin inspired color schemes to it, and yeah, random rolls, man. I would love a Aikilos with 1-2 punch, and Aikilos with something other than, was it threat detector? I mean, for crying out loud, give me feeding frenzy for all I want. Yes, Jabber swapped over. You can see him wearing the Aikilos thing. Give me an Iron Man, glow from that center.
Well, I would
yeah.
love to see Vorpal. First of all, with the random rolls, I would love to see Vorpal weapon added to a couple other. Imagine Vorpal weapon on Ikelos shotgun.
Oh my god. Shutting down supers. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Trying to keep it a little short. It was a short cut scene. It was something that we weren't surprised. I mean, that we were all surprised with. I know we didn't cover last week's
I mean-
TWAB. Hopefully, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll cover both TWABs. But
I mean, honestly, the last thing I want to say is I just want no more loose ends. I want something solid, and I want there to be more consistency. Not saying, I mean, making CGI cutscenes look pretty like that doesn't like. I mean, it's not the easiest, but I mean, they're a fucking video game company. They have experience with that, and so I'd like to see more of that. But that's just me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. And it was a very short cutscene, but look, it has everybody talking. I hope they keep adding these cutscenes. I hope we get a few more every season, and hopefully we get a few missions next season. The way we had the Saint 14 missions this season. Hopefully we get a few Warmind missions also next season.
I'm in the camp that what if Osiris had been trying to save Saint? Why hasn't there been like a reunion thing? Like Saint literally came out of the portal, and then he took off to the tower. Osiris was like 20 feet away from him, and he's just like, it's too far. Let me get my ship. Let's get out of here. Like that's what I'm hoping that, like I said, I mentioned earlier, we get out of that Imperium Foundation of maybe them at the lighthouse, a little thing of like, good to have you back. I know we had the banter and the Devil's Ruin, but I mean,
yes, I want them to reunite. You're right.
Yeah, like sort of like that Captain America Iron Man moment before it seems like everything's gonna go to shit, which I don't mind, and I really hope it does next season in a good way of where Bungie kind of failed. Well, I feel like they failed with the Vanguard versus Drifter scenario, to where this has ramifications truly going forward of like, okay, Osiris is a radical, Rasputin is an independent AI that doesn't want to, has never stated whether it's on our side or not, and that's what I really want, is us to have to make that hard decision of, are we good, are we bad? They've hinted at the past, like you said, of, is Zavala working with Rasputin? Are we at odds with Zavala, even though he hasn't really, we went against his wishes in Forsaken, we went to the reef, so I really want to see the Vanguard, I mean, truly splinter. Not that I want it to break apart, but I feel without Cade, the Vanguard should just truly just fall apart next season, or at least in the following season with the hopeful return of Aldrin.
I want to see the Vanguard kind of fall apart, but then rebuild itself kind of in a way, because right now it's already fallen apart. Cade's gone, the speaker's gone. I do want to hear Osiris and Saint talk, because I do want them to bring up the fact that Osiris had his brother die, Saint, and then his father died,
Speaker,
the speaker, and yeah, I mean, I want to hear some dialogue between Saint and Osiris, and maybe bring that up. Father would have been proud, to see us back here together in the tower. Maybe they come back to the Vanguard. Of course, Ikora is the Warlock Vanguard right now, but maybe Saint, or maybe even Osiris could take over the position of being the speaker.
Yeah, because I know in the lore, Saint put aside he was the original Vanguard leader. What if throughout, hopefully, this is spitballing. I know we got to wrap it up. Spitballing is like, what if Zavala is in tandem with Rasputin? We uncover that, and we basically boot him out of the tower. What was that, Jonah? You cut out.
Wasn't he with like randomly find him with Rasputin?
Sorry, you're very low, Jonah.
Yeah, your batteries are dying or something.
Didn't we randomly find him with Rasputin that one time?
Yeah, at the beginning of Warmind, like, we open the gate, we open the door, Anna Bray's like, no one's been in here for hundreds of years, and Zavala, for no effing reason, just comes out and is like, what are you guys doing here? It's like, well, what are you doing here?
Bad writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to see it actually mean something.
Yeah, to where fucking Saint starts a question of like, wait, if you're with them, then you can't be Vanguard leader. Like, I understand and I do see that Zavala's gone towards more of it's just about the tower. It's about Earth. It's just like he's become more narrow-minded as a leader, and that's never a good sign as a leader.
After the Red War,
when you got to think about what's left of the solar system, you know what I mean? He's become so home focused.
And I throw something at you,
his best friend.
Rocky?
Like we get it. It would have started a war with the Reef, but I mean,
I have an
if somebody
opinion
killed you
after
guys,
that,
I mean,
for
I
sure.
wouldn't care. But
Rocky,
I mean,
are you there?
Or someone to say after too.
like one of my
Ricky,
best friends goes down, like I'm
you
gonna
die?
avenge him, just like we did with Cade. He just was more like we can't
Rocky.
spare. We can't spare.
Perhaps
Help.
it's a mic
We're
guy.
spread thin. It's like,
Yeah, probably.
where's your head at?
But
Like, where's your
I was
head
gonna
at?
say, Daniel,
And I would really
with,
love for Saint to call
with a lot
that
of things
out,
in
or Cyrus to
Hollywood
call that out.
and like the entertainment industry in general, there's like
But
no
alrighty,
original
guys.
like storyline.
Thank you for joining me.
Everything
Thank you
was
for
pretty bit
listening.
off. I mean, just by the sound of it, I mean, hopefully
Mission accomplished. We were
this
able
is
to
just
keep it
preaching and like just
nice
saying
and neat and
shit.
compact. We didn't have to hear about
What if
Fire
they do
Grid.
like a
So thank you for
Captain
listening.
America Civil War
Please
thing?
like,
Or,
subscribe. Any feedback, please just leave it in the
where
comment
Captain
section.
America is portrayed,
Thank
or
you,
Saint
Gabby, for
14
joining
portrays
me.
Captain America,
Thank you, Gail, for joining me.
and
This
Cyrus
is
is Iron Man.
Voices
and they
from the
both
Tower,
have conflicting
signing off.
perspectives, you know.